scene. Oh, I forgot to update the score. So Zombie Rep, while I do that, would you mind kicking off introductions?
Never writes as the Blue Zerg. It is Cham from No Days Gaming.
And his opponent in the bottom left just now tying up the series 1-1. Let's get that round of Kappas, as I pronounce it correctly this time. Raise your Kappas, get the KPM up, guys. Cheer for Red Drewbie, root for Root, the Red Terran. Like I said that a little bit odd, so Drewbie, if that wasn't obvious. But swap the colors around at the top because that was incorrect. Guys, we got possibly the most entertaining spawn locations on this particular map for this final game to be going down. And again, I can't help but stress, the player who wins this game, the player who wins this series, they qualify for Copa America Season 2 outright. They'll move on to the group stages. And of course, we don't know which group stage or whatnot just yet, but they will move on to the group stages. So this qualifying, this is the fourth, the final, the last qualifier, and this is one of the qualifying matches.
Yeah. It's not the last match, or the next one isn't the last match either, as they will play placements, and then the finals will be played tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty awesome. We'll be back for that every Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, guys. Copa America here with Rifkin and Zombie Grub, bringing you the English cast. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. We actually, you know, I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast about maybe if we could crest over 1,000 viewers, that would be awesome. But we're currently rocking 1,500. What's up, English-speaking people? How you all doing? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. But we have a guest this time at a Drewbie, so we will actually get to see Reapers. Won't be any sort of weird passive play.
I was hoping for a T-Rex. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it. You know what? I don't know. T-Rexes have not really been working out a whole lot on this map. I'm sure it's got a specific. There's gonna be those players who can always make a T-Rex work, but I don't know. We're not seeing a lot of cheese on the new maps, quite frankly. I mean,
that wasn't
to be
like
honest,
an analytical thing. Just like.
Well, no, but I mean, like I'm just thinking, like I think on Overgrowth, Cass is the only player I've ever seen T-Rex. I mean, the Muslim, of course, is an exception, but. There's actually not been a lot of T-Rexing out of Terrans on any of the new maps. Not that we've cast, at least. Can you think of many? I'm actually thinking, like...
How many Terrans do we cast?
I don't know, we actually do cast a fair amount of Terrans,
yeah,
but, I mean, it is strange to consider, because, you know, you have Habitation Station, it's the perfect map for T-Rexing. Frost even gets it, even though it's a 4-player spawn map. But all the new 2-player ones have kind of just been like, not gonna happen. But classic and standard play hops above the Easter egg of the map, the Alliance, and of course the Horde. Woo! Shout out to any WoW players out there. Or I guess just Warcraft in general.
Yeah, you can't just ignore the Warcraft people, they came first.
Well, I mean, it's both. I don't know, whatever. Drone Snipe is a really nice way to start off here for Drewbie. You know, last time we saw Waystation on these spawn locations, we talked a little bit how Reapers aren't so hot. They don't have as many ways to get into the base, but here they certainly do. You have a whole extra ledge compared to the other spawn locations to hop up in there and do a bit of damage, to do a little bit of harass.
These lings thinking maybe they can sneak past, it looks like. Rarely ever do you see 6 lings on the way, because that is a dedication that you don't need to do. 2 lings will take care of an SCV just as well as 6. And it's not like they're getting up to the main either. Or it might even just a misclick.
Once again, in the wall, we got that 3rd CC coming down. This choke, significantly smaller than its bigger brother over here. 3rd Reaper, though. This has got to be queen killing potential. Now, the big thing about this 3rd Reaper, guys, is it does delay your factory. It does delay the reactor ever so slightly. Not significantly, but you kind of have to do damage with these.
The damage you can do is pretty much just killing a queen or killing a lot of lings. Rarely do you see them dive for the drone line, especially on such a map where it's not that you have a very easy exit strategy. Usually, there's a timing, but as he has scouted the main, he knows that the 6-minute timing is not there.
Yeah, I was going to say he dipped in there and saw no gas time. I didn't even consider that for a while, so this means he's going to be able to sit around for a lot longer. And this 3rd Reaper...
Kill the creep tumors. That is one thing you can do with 3 Reaper. E2, actually, but 3,
well,
definitely.
He can still kill the queen. I mean... Queen's at half.
The creep tumors could be so easy, though. Aww.
Yeah, I think killing the creep tumors better in scenarios where you can, but Drewbie was not looking for that opportunity. Back at home, though, I mean, he's got a lot coming up. He's got some Hellings coming across the map as well. There's only 1 queen in the main, strangely enough, so he could actually just straight up kill that, but goes for drone kills instead. And 2 volleys from 3 Reapers is giving you enough. Cham, a little bit in trouble here.
Oh, yeah. as I said, rarely do you see the 3 Reapers really get any more drone kills unless something spiral way out of control, like the kill Queens and the Linged.
The 3 Reapers, I think you mean the 3 Banditos. Da -da 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 -da. No? Okay.
I wish the stream could see my face, but...
Just do like a quick face palm. This is why we don't do caster cameras, guys, because you'd see Zombie just be really disappointed in Rifkin 24/7.
The best eye rolls. Masterpieces.
Okay, 4 Hellions, 3 Reapers. This is certainly an amount that can start dealing with Queens, but as we see, Cham has invested in Roaches, so no longer is this the big threat that it once was. The problem is, though, for Cham at least, Drewbie's kind of going Marauders behind this. Now, this is a really funny dynamic to the matchup because you didn't see Marauders. You'd think, like, why not just go blindly Marauders? You're always going to see those Roaches, but a reason you don't see these invested in, at least till recent days, was you'd see this faster Mutalisks, you would have no anti-air, you'd be completely caught off guard with your pants down. But because he's investing in so many Roaches like this, he's not exactly speeding his way to his Spire. Now, he doesn't know about the layer timing finish up in a moment here, but if you overinvest in the Roaches, it could be really problematic moving here to the mid-game. We'll get 1 Queen, we'll get 2 Queens, and run right past these towards that drone line. Oh, he gets a 3rd Queen!
Queens.
Oh!
Those early Reaper harass really paying off with this one.
Yeah, it was the long con, so to speak. I mean, the damage didn't really seem that big of a deal earlier on, but unprepared, unready for that attack. No transfuses went down, and drone lines have been pulled. We have that double expand coming on once again. Ooh, that's going to be a bit annoying.
Poor Roaches, he doesn't even need to pull the SCVs.
Yeah. Safe than sorry, but... Alright, the Hellions get cleaned up at the end of the day. They killed about 11 workers. Well, between the couple Reapers as well, but... As far as cost effectiveness goes, barely. Bottom line, I think the big thing was killing the Queens. It slows down creep spreading, it stops injects for a little bit, and of course with 4 hatcheries up, I guess the larva count will be fine.
He did scan the 3rd, so he knows it's not going to be an all-in off the 2 bases, that he's just, you know, hasn't seen the Baneling Nest or something like that yet. I guess Cham's kind of like thing is that he double expands almost. You know, you don't usually see a double expand unless it's way later in the game and usually by the time they have mutas. But when he gets his 3rd, almost immediately after that, always it's the 4th. So they kind of finish it on the same time. It's just not what we usually see. I don't really know if it's working out for him more or hurting him. I don't know.
It's a bit greedy, but the thing is, with the way Terran players have been opening the matchup, unless they've snowballed out of control pushing into your own natural, it's not like they're going to be segmenting 3 remaining Hellions up to the top left to destroy a hatchery anytime soon. If there had been a Banshee coming up, maybe this would be a little bit different, but as we've seen, there's been no Banshees involved for Drewbie at all this series.
That is so surprising too, because all the games Cham has been getting Roaches, whether or not even dedicated to him is another question. So that helps you against any attacks. That's a free roach killing machine that doesn't die. And it also gives you the opportunity to take advantage of the fact that he does double expand without Queen and anti-air support. That blew my mind right there. It would have been a great thing to do against this specific player.
Alright, well, this attack is heading northwards. He doesn't know about the base. He's probably aiming to hit that 3rd, but for now he'll take the watchtower. Drewbie's been doing these really nice double drops. I gotta give him credit for it, but the last game really didn't get a lot done with it.
You notice that all 3 games, I believe, he doesn't really add in Widow Mines until much later. Now, this could be in response to the fact that he's always seen Roaches, and if they're going to go for Roaches and Roach Hydra, you don't really get Widow Mines. But there are just, it's kind of assuming. He's not scouting for the Spire or clicking on the links for the upgrades or
oh my god,
what have you.
This is like what Drewbie's been doing all day, just barely not killing buildings.
The Gas Kaiser, oh no.
It's such a minor thing. When he's on 4 bases, I guess it's not the biggest priority, but still, like 11 HP, that's like 1 more Marauder shot would have finished that.
Yeah. But in return for not getting the Widow Mines, as you would normally see, you know, the 2 medevacs worth of Marines and maybe 2 Widow Mines, he has a much bigger ground army, and the goal is usually that the Marauders soak up any Banelings that the Widow Mines would usually be either soaking up themselves or hitting with their blasts.
You know, as far as the unit counting station looks right now, a little bit scary. Mostly because Cham doesn't have a lot of creep spread here in the north, where Drewbie's looking to apply pressure. If there's more creep spread heading leftwards, this would be different, but with only 7 Banelings and a much, much smaller army supply by almost half, I don't know if he can hold this.
Banelings can do a lot, but there is no creep spread. The Queens, they die. They couldn't get over here even if they didn't die. He takes care of everything, but he loses a lot of Banelings, and there's always the option of just getting out with the medevacs. The Spire's always late.
He sneaks a drop into just about every base. as they respond to the main of the natural. This other drop re-unloads here. Now, this one medbag needs to move. Because Spore Crawler being a bit of a nuisance. That's a hell of a lot of Marines. Jesus.
Yeah, he was going to defend, and then he pulled back accidentally. That was, I don't know if that was on purpose or perfect, like, you know, accidents, but he kills all the Banelings and then picks up the Marines. That was so close.
Yeah, again, that kind of just looked like a happy coincidence, but Drewbie getting a lot of damage done. Sad thing is, not getting a lot of kills for it is what it is to consider. Remember, those 11 workers from earlier died to the Hellions, not to this, so he's only really gotten, like, 4 workers for, like, what is an insane amount of drops?
He gets an army for army, which is something you can do without drops. And probably in a more confident situation.
It's odd, but the key thing is he killed a lot of Banelings. There's only 1 available at the moment. There's 19 morphing in.
This is so unnecessary. You can... Cleaning up creep, usually it's best to just send a little bit of a task force ahead, not put your entire army onto creep, but he felt confident enough, I suppose, that his drops were distracting.
Got some decent Widowmite connects there. I don't know, I would have liked to have seen a lot more focus towards the main. Or not the main, the top left base here. Rather than what was going on with the main and the natural. But
yeah.
Same time, we got to give props to Cham. That was really well defended. I mean, that was 4 different locations being applied pressure to at the same time. And it wasn't like it was like 1 Marine running by. Those were full-on drops.
Yeah, that's true. Doing a very good job against what Drewbie probably plays other players and does absolute damage with it, which is really, you know, good. But he was pretty perfect against it. I would prefer just a straight-up engagements, you know, just calmly attacking the 4th, trying to take the engagement off of the creep that was not there up until just recently.
These Banelings can walk around the bunker. They said to bust through it. That's fine. SCVs are going to feel the pressure. Kind of awkward like last time, though. He gets like 9 workers for like 8 Banelings. I guess it's an okay trade. Nothing amazing.
If he fears to build a bunker again, only Lings or another few Banelings could do a lot of damage. But as he's expanding over to the rights, the Banelings will no longer really have the opportunity.
That is so many Zerglings in play right now. The key thing is they're only on 1-1. I mean, level 2 is on the way, but it's going to be this weird dynamic where Drewbie's is going to be finished up a little bit sooner, and that could thin out enough of the Zergling horde that they won't get to benefit from that 2-2. Although,
Cham.
say that, we got a lot of Banelings coming in still.
Cham without the consistent creep spread. Well, there was the Banelings I was talking about. Just barely doesn't have enough to kill the command center.
Oh, I hope he repairs this.
I hope so as well.
This is a better creep spreading crew, but it's still, I feel like, an over-investment in it.
So many Marauders.
Yeah, the Marauders are really nice, of course, for the Banelings. Not only do the concussive shells slow them down, but they'll be able to soak the hits pretty well. Oh no!
Free Banelings! Free Banelings! Come on!
That, and hang on, he doesn't actually have concussive shells.
Oh. Okay.
It's a really cheap upgrade, but it's a really critical one when it comes to slowing down Banelings, catching roaches, chasing the army down. Oh god, he's just got to drag the Marines back. Like, have the Marauders stay. There we go, drag the Marines back, but he drags them back into the Banelings. But the focus fire from Drewbie's too good, reacting way too fast, way too quickly. He spreads as best he can, and the Banelings can't quite connect to these Marines, but they chew through the Marauders finally, and will they be able to break this? There's still some Mutalisks behind it, but the Banelings are a little too much. Wow. What? How?
Wow.
How?
That looked fine.
That
and
was,
then I look at the supplies, and he's down by 70 supply.
And that was 2-2 upgrades in the favor of Drewbie. Cham still doesn't have his 2-2. Like, this is one of those moments where even I'm like, come on, David Kim, what the hell just happened? Jesus Christ.
What did just happen there?
That looked like a perfect engagement for Drewbie, honestly.
That looked like a perfectly fine trade, especially for someone who's on 4 bases.
Banelings
and instead he's down by 60 supply.
Banelings is just a little too much. All jokes aside about balance, guys, we do have, again, the Mutalist count's been kept low, and this is why he's had so many Banelings and Zerglings, but it's been slowly building up. Now we're up to 23. He's been building in like 1 or 2 at a time, not usually that quick 10 max reinforcement type thing. But these Widowmines have got to get some heroic hits if he wants to stay in this game, because this is a lot of Banelings once again coming out right outside of his base. Oh, this Thor! What was this Thor even thinking?
Thinking death, that's what.
Pretty much. He actually kites back through these chokes. Gonna use the Marauders to try and soak some more of the Baneling hits. Not too bad, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough Marines for this. There just seems like there's too much Zerg. The supplies are way too imbalanced. And looks like Cham is gonna qualify for Copa America.
The amount I think the composition was not the greatest for Drewbie, as he's pretty much gonna lose this game. He's down by about 100 supply, and on top of the protection is death for a Terran player. But a lot of Marauders were okay against the Roaches, but as we saw, Cham was slowly just adding on Lings, and Lings are very effective against Marauders.
Well, that one amazing miracle engagement really carried him ahead. But that'll send Cham through. So Cham has officially qualified at this point, guys. But he's not done with his day yet. He still has to play another matchup to determine whether he goes to the finals match or the third place match. And he'll be playing the winner of Darkness versus Thunder. One of the only